Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm your anchor, Josie Sabo.
And I'm your other anchor, Sean Francis. And because we all just keep holding out hope that someone's going to bail us out just like the government keeps bailing out banks, we have the local, national, and world stories that you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash. Ding dong. Our top story tonight. This Friday did see the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, formerly the 16th largest commercial bank in the U.S., and now probably in the bottom 16. This is the biggest failure of a U.S. bank since 2008, and simultaneously the most disappointing news involving Silicon Valley since finding out that at least 2 of the cast members of the HBO show are creeps. Fingers crossed on Kumail and Martin Starr. The FDIC, which I like to imagine stands for Frick, this isn't cash, took control of the bank's assets midday Friday, pretty quick to make sure that the customer's money was safe. You see, long story short, blah, 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 inflation, blah, 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 high interest rates, blah, 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 loss of value for long-term bonds, kind of like when everyone was really excited for Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, but then by the last one, people were just like, oh, can we just get some more Knives Out? This led to blah, 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 aggressive selling of assets and securities, which in turn, blah, blah, venture capital firms panic and blah, blah, advise their clients to pull out all of their blah, blah money from the blah, blah bank. A loss of about $42 blah blah billion, mostly uninsured deposits. Some of their biggest clients like Roku, Roblox, and BlockFi are being hit the hardest due to this crisis, which makes sense that tech companies would not be the greatest at their pullout game. This led to SVB's stock to plummet on Thursday, which then had a ripple effect to other bank shares due to a fear of the repeat of the 2008 crisis, which, as we all know, was Obama's fault, right? I think we can all agree. Just like this one will be somehow, even though he was not the president either time. President Biden actually did speak today, assuring that everyone that the American banking system remains safe, as he laid out his administration is taking action to contain the collapse, which is exactly what we need to all remember, right? Safe. Everything is safe. Nothing is ruined. Let's not panic and freak out about the fact that, money essentially isn't real, and this continues to happen and over again, never seems to change, except that we just bail out billionaires who cause it, and the only people who get screwed over are people like us who live at, below, or in the general vicinity of the poverty line. But don't worry, don't panic, or ponder about why it is that we're supposedly to blame for the economy being bad when we don't buy enough of the right expensive stuff, and we buy too much of the wrong expensive stuff. Meanwhile, douchebags are literally wiping Coke off their ass with the money they're borrowing from us. Everything's safe, you guys. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I got nothing for that either. Yeah.
Thank you for that one, Sean.
Yeah.
Hailding Thorlason, or Hallie for short, Thinkville Halla, a senior director at Twitter based out of Iceland, resorted to tweeting to Elon Musk when he was unable to verify his employment status. I guess a little birdie told him nothing. Musk, the ever-mature CEO who was conscientious of his public image, responded in a public tweet that Thorlason did no actual work and claimed as an excuse that he had a disability that prevented him from typing. Thorlason had muscular dystrophy, a degenerative disease that puts him in a wheelchair. He has been successfully leading teams, but is not able to do manual tasks like typing for long periods of time. But we don't want to hear excuses. It turns out he was, in fact, fired after 21 years when he joined Twitter after they acquired his company, and he's been recognized for his work by the United Nations and the President of Iceland. Sounds like Musk made a good choice. What a slacker. And what's more, due to the agreement by his original acquisition, if Hallie gets fired, he is owed the remainder of his buyout as severance, which could add up to $8.5 to $100 million, depending on who you ask on at Twitter.
Right.
Musk has since apologized, unsurprisingly, and while it's unclear if Mr. Thorlason will choose to stay now, we applaud him for providing Elon yet another chance to publicly dunk on himself.
Speaking of which, in further what the fuck Elon Musk, He also announced that he wants to charge people 25 cents an hour for human attention. But it sounds like he himself should probably be paying more attention to his human resources team. But seriously, I don't know why anybody would pay for this. I mean, that adds up to roughly $182.50 a month, which most health insurance covers Adderall.
In Calhoun County, police rescued who they only refer to as a Homer man, which we have to interpret to mean this guy.
Yeah.
The Homer man was pulled over by police for having multiple warrants, and he fled on foot to the nearest lake, where he then fled on butterfly. Stroke. This is a new line. Locals have started what is known as a Homer man plunge, which is where you get in hot water with the local authorities and then very quickly jump into an icy cold lake.
There is a lot of fake news and bad information all over the world currently, which is why we here at NewsFlash want to comb through and set the record straight, such as this latest claim that's been circulating on your aunt's Facebook for the past week. Did Joe Biden have 9 more boxes of classified documents discovered? We did some thorough research and uncovered that. Oh, there it is. We
Uncovered it again.
The scathing truth on page 3. While Joe Biden did, in fact, find more boxes in his garage, they just contain clips of old newspaper cartoons that Joe found particularly funny and wanted to keep. Sounds like Biden got himself out of a real pickles. Look, I know I complain about these pun stories a lot, and I make it seem like it can feel like life in hell. But I can't be underestimated enough how fun it is to foxtrot these out, for better or for worse. I get fuzzy just thinking about how much I love them, no matter how haggard the horrible they might be. And now that the shoe is on the other foot, I can admit, it's merry worth it. To see these jokes in full bloom, County. Oh, is that on the 2 on the far side for you all? Pearls before swine, I guess. But still a valiant effort. Also, Dobert still sucks. All right. Thanks, Drew.
The Oscars were last night, and of course, the big news is that Everything Everywhere All at Once swept the night, including for Best Picture, Director, Screenplay, Editing, and 3 out of the 4 acting categories, with Michelle Yeoh and Ke Quan breaking ground as the first and second Asian actors to win their awards, and Jamie Lee Curtis breaking ground as the first woman with hot dog fingers to beat out Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
That adds up to 7 awards total, the most for one film since Slumdog Millionaire took 8 in 2009. Other big winners include Brendan Fraser for his role in The Whale, and Best Original Song for Not To Not To from RRR, making it the first Indian production to win an Oscar. And anyone wanting to make jokes about how hard non-English language movies are to understand needs to take a look at the baffling interview by supposedly British Hugh Grant. But we all know that that the award themselves are only part of the story. So here with a report on what was seen on the red carpet is our special fashion correspondent, Hojo.
Yeah!
Hi, my name is Hojo. I'm a fashion expert. My credentials are I used to have a blog that was featured prominently on the Poltergeist 3 fan site. Don't ask me why. You can, I don't care. Okay, so I'm going to talk about fashion. The world is burning, but let's talk about some stupid dresses.
You might have to point it at the thing a little bit.
Oh, it is like a Roku.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of jokes about Top Gun Maverick planned, but this headline appeared. It says, Lady Gaga surprises in Oscars 2023 red carpet with butt-exposing gown. It all depended on her not showing up to the event. And she did. So to take the place, I need you guys to indulge me in something. Someone at my Oscar party made a joke about this dress, and I need you all to boo and jeer at it. Not yet. Let me tell the joke first. It looks like she brought the comforter from the hotel to the Oscars. Boo! Thank you. She looks nice. He looks pretty good. She looks nice. Okay, so sometimes your stylist makes you wear a sparkle coat and you don't want to do it. She looks nice. He looks nice. She looks nice. Okay, so everyone just looked kind of nice. It was a very boring Oscars. So I'm going to discuss some trends and tips for the next time you unexpectedly find out that you're descended from royalty and have to mingle with foreign dignitaries.
Interesting.
So trend number 1, don't be Timothée Chalamet. He didn't show up.
Oh.
He didn't come to the Oscars.
Oh, shoot.
That's an important trend.
Burn.
Number 2, 80 sleeves, sad capes, a little bit of fabric in the back, but like not too much. Okay, so sometimes like put one here and one here, okay? That's very important. Oh no, my skirt is falling off. Uh-oh. And this is a real power move. Wear a wedding dress to an event that's not a wedding because it's your special day. And this is a further power move, a very trending accessory, a frown, a haunting frown. So if you are 3 small children who need to get into the Oscars or an Oscars-related party, what you could do is get a big fucking red skirt and just stand on top of each other. You know the thing. Do you sometimes forget that you have legs? Tell the world about it with a dress like that. There's this fucking coat. That was there. A big shape made out of fabric. You can hide your snacks, your cigarettes, a baby. They're not allowed at the Oscars. I made that up. So you'll notice that the background is changing. The Oscars were so boring that I had to look at the Vanity Fair after party. And I love it because everyone gets a little crazy and shows their bras. I hope they got in a big fight over the world and Ferris Bueller. You know the whole story. I'm not gonna recap. So yeah, usually what happens is like someone will dress really elegant, and then they'll show up to the Vanity Fair party like ready to party, like super shiny. And in Elizabeth Banks's case, she wore this white part of the dress with Cocaine Bear, and then she showed up to the Vanity Fair party without the white part. I wonder what happened to that, Cocaine Bear. There were a lot of really nice accessories. You can bring your Oscar, a little tiny purse, some fun gloves, a property brother, your sad daughter, or whatever energy Adam Levine is bringing with his wife, who's apparently not mad at him. And Ryan Murphy was there. Okay, so I'm gonna say my best dressed, second best dressed, James Hong. He has little eyeballs on his bow tie.
Yeah, that's fun.
And Angela Bassett. Worst dressed, sorry DTRJ. And this fucking guy. I don't know who he is, but I don't like him. I don't know why. Thank you.
Hojo, everybody! I don't think Austin Butler knows who he is anymore either after playing Elvis for that long. Hey, oh, now we're in control, Drew. Yeah! A viral video came out last week of a woman in Hatboro, Pennsylvania, going on a racist rant at a pizzeria. The woman apparently heard Spanish coming from a TV that was playing in the restaurant and became irrationally upset, accusing the employees in a profanity-laden rant of not being American. She became even more upset when the restaurant's Italian pizza and pasta also jumped in to defend its employees with exaggerated Italian accents. And she realized that they were also not American.
A man who thought he bought 2 pedigree toy poodles was shocked when he took them to the vet and was told they were actually just ferrets that had been fluffed to look like poodles, given steroids to make them bigger, and taught to speak with a French accent.
Do we have an actual picture? Oh wow, that is horrifying.
I thought most of that was fake, but a lot of it's true.
Friends, don't let your ferrets do steroids.
We would also like to thank our writers for NewsFlash this week. And if you'd like to see your name up here, you can submit your jokes to the email comedyoutletmondays@gmail.com with the subject NewsFlash Tips.
Yeah. And you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know why that last one is still there. To rewatch videos of past shows, get notified of lineups for future shows, and find our submission form to get your own act on stage, and learn about other ways you could get involved. And if you can't wait around for that and you don't want to do the scary one during the show, you could wait for our free open improv jam and hop up on stage after the show. But now, Grand Rapids, you're welcome. Newsflash, this is Comedy Outlet Monday!